Well, I believe where the story ended, I crashed out at Anthony D. Paragringo's house, who I've got to get a big double thumbs up. He picked me up at the airport, took me to his house, fed me, gave me a room, you know, my own little quarters there in the Paragringo office. And he had to do some work, so I was sort of cutting in on his day as well. Hey, it means a lot that you took some time out to show me around and help me out like that. But the next morning, he had to do a job that brought me right by the Torrey Pines Gliderport. It was just a quick little detour for him to drop me off, or so he said. I hope that was the case. The place that he was going to work was just north of there. So it was a straight shot. The thing was, he had to drop me off like 2 hours before the Gliderport opened. So I just sat out there by myself and looked around. Bunch of people came by eventually. I was there from the beginning until it turned on. It turned on, it turned off, it turned on again, it stayed on, and then it OD'd. So that's what this video is about. I hope you enjoy it. So I've made it to the Pacific coast. I'm at the Torrey Pines Gliderport. There's a little rain in the distance. It looks like it's shaping up to be a pretty nice day. Rabbits out here keeping the grass cut. That's awesome. They haven't opened yet, so I don't want to just go fly around or whatever. It looks kind of light to fly anyway. The conditions need to pick up a little bit. I believe they will as the day goes on, so we'll be looking for that. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna chill. Yeah, it's beautiful here, just like the pictures on the internet. Looks like we're recording. We get a time lapse of this rain coming in here. Check it out.
This is Reggie, juvenile lantern falcon, about to go get his daily exercise. That's his aunt and uncle, Bunko and Sophie in there.
I think I might be fixing to go fly myself. Launch it! Or should I launch? Feels like it got lighter. So everything went from really good to really kind of marginal. I stood here at the edge of this cliff and just contemplated, if I go off of this cliff, I'm gonna have to walk back up it. There were no more birds flying. I was just looking around, but the winds were super smooth. Check out how laminar they are. Huh. So my first experience at Torrey was I inflated and ran to the edge and noticed the birds had all landed, and it had just basically died. It looks like it's just now coming back. We'll see what happens. So the current situation is it's right on the line of flyable or not flyable. I mean, it's flyable, it just, can you stay up and get back here is my quandary. I don't want to hike a race harness up this hill. When people actually started soaring and the birds came back up, I thought it's time to go. So I went out and got some. Check it out. I let myself down the ground beneath my feet gone. All right. We just launched at Torrey. Never meant to leave you all alone. Said I'd be a shelter from the storm. Now your clothes have... I gotta give a huge shout out to Mr. Chris Dewey, aka MAXUM Para. I was fixing to launch. He said, "Hey man, do you have a camera?" I said, "Yeah." I just handed him the one off my flight deck and he put it on his helmet. Yeah, he got some great shots of me out there flying Torrey. So thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. He also gave me several rides over the next day or two and offered a few times more. So again, much love for the hospitality out there, you SoCal boys. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it's soarable. You know, coming out to the West Coast, checking out the Pacific Ocean has always been a dream of mine. How was I to know that I was going to do it on my paragliding rig? So this was just such an amazing time for me to be here and to experience this. And again, the Chris Cam, look at him spinning around backwards to get the shot. Way to go, dude. Thanks again for the footage and the friendship and the rides. And check out them beautiful houses out there on the coast, man. This place is just beautiful. And what actually happened, though, was it was very, very light. We had maybe a good hour of soaring. We were just back and forth up and down the coast. There was not many people there. This place is usually very crowded. There was maybe 5 or 6 gliders in the air, which is nothing for Torrey Pines. But probably one of the reasons for the low traffic was the conditions were marginal. And what happened here was everything started turning off. Everybody was getting low. A couple dudes landed on the beach. Did I make it? Did I survive it? Can I climb back up? Luckily, I brought with me one of the most highest performance paragliding rigs in the market available today. The Ozone ZENO with the XR7 race harness just gave me a huge leap in efficiency. And if it weren't for the gear, I believe I would be down on the beach with these other dudes. Purple Glider never made it back up either. He had to hike it out. But I was able to scrape in and do a cliff landing right on the edge. But here comes a safety tip. Look at me starting to get out of the harness. What happens is my left foot is completely entangled in my speed bar bungee system. And when I actually go to get out of the harness, with plenty of time, I'll add, I notice my foot is completely stuck. Look at this. I'm trapped. I know it's just a little bungee cord, so I take my other boot and with a curse word, I kick it off and break it. But I do all this before I'm at the cliff. A lot of guys want to slip out of their pod right as they get to the cliff, or the landing, I guess, but wherever. You want to get out of your pod well before you're committed to the landing, and that's what I was doing here. I was getting set up, and I had plenty of time to do whatever I needed to do before I scraped in this landing right here. Oh, hey, we were recording. All right, more Torrey Pines. Let's go fly some.
You want me to film you?
Sure.
In the air? You got something for me to throw on? You got it.
Nice. What's happening?
Go ahead.
I need to practice my whistle. It's weak. My whistling skills are weak. What have I got going on here? There's some wackiness. Haunting! You know, you would think at this world-famous gliderport that the people and the spectators would just be numb to it and not pay it any attention at all. Yet everybody out there was smiling and waving and taking pictures, and just like anywhere else, it was just so amazing. I loved it. What's up, y'all? There comes Mr. Chris. Wow, so beautiful. There's a bit of haze in the air. There's going to be some storms develop back behind us here today. But so far, so good. Conditions are beautiful here on the coast. I'm just going to soak it up, and I'm going to get in some time. Catch you guys when I turn it back on here. Got some tandems launching down there. Looking pretty sweet. Huh. I thought that was a remote control plane. It was a dang seagull. Yeah, these hiking trails look amazing down here. Pretty legit. I'd hate to carry this set of gear all the way back up the hill. There's a nude beach down at the bottom there. Oh look, nude sunbathers. No, I'm just kidding. They probably got clothes on. I hope so. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm coming at you live from Torrey Pines Gliderport over La Jolla, California. It is a beautiful day out here. It's about 65 degrees. We got the wind coming straight off the ocean. It's hands off flying. I'm in a real good lift band right out here in front of this gliderport. It's really busy airspace. There's a lot of gliders around. You gotta be really careful out here. Let me get out of this guy's way over here. I'm gonna slip back behind the rocks. It's a really good bowl right here. It's causing some good lift cropping up off these hills. Man, there's like beautiful mansions off on the hillsides. Just super fantastic conditions. You couldn't ask for anything better. That's what this is all about. Pretty neat stuff. Mr. Chris Dewey down there. Very nice. We soaring it up in California today, boys and girls. This is what I came here to do, just to get some really good time on this wing, really get a good feel for it. Oh, it's so awesome. Anyway, man, so glorious out here today. Got good ridge conditions. There's some development out here to the mountains. They were claiming rain, but I don't know. It looks like it may not overdevelop. Maybe this evening, who knows? Could be poised to explode. They're a little darker back behind us at those bigger peaks. But these little hills back here where like Blossom and all that is, don't look like it's too much going on as far as overdevelopment. I guess I've been up here for maybe, well, it says 46 minutes right here on my instrument. Should have just looked at that. I need to make some adjustments on this harness. May go utilize the hang station back here at the Gliderport. Get all that stuff checked off. I want to shorten the length of the harness a bit. I've noticed after long flights that I'm just holding them at that hyper extension. I'd rather it be just I don't know, an inch or maybe an inch and a half shorter, just for comfort. In fact, why don't I go ahead and do that? Let's go ahead and video a landing at the Torrey Pines Gliderport. Should be good. Let's pick my approach, who all's where and what they're doing. Ah, there's a hang glider setting up. That's nice. I'm gonna come in from back behind the Gliderport here. Let's get my whistle in my mouth. I think it's important to have a whistle. Oh, it was already hanging there. Not tangled up. So lifty, so lifty. All right, let's try my whistle. So we played until it started raining again.
I hope you don't mind. I moved your stuff under.
No, I don't mind. not at all.
You take the initiative.
So if I want a real part of the California culture, I gotta come to the In-N-Out Burger for a lunch at least once while I'm here. That will be today, my friends. About to have my first In-N-Out experience. Let's do it. So I was treated with a double animal style at the In-N-Out. So that was that, my friends. My first day of flying in California, if you don't count the jet ride in. In-N-Out Burger, hey, I know it's not the best food in the world, but if you've never eaten there, I mean, do you remember your first time that you went to McDonald's? It was so much fun. Well, it's the same way for me going to this place. Always wanted to go to the In-N-Out, finally made it. All is well. I got a bunch of videos coming, guys. Stay tuned. It's so exciting. Much love, everybody. Kyle out.
So what's Kyle do when he comes out to the West Coast and he can't fly? Hangs out with a beer.
Tucker videos, you know, whatever. It's like everybody else, man.
And you made the list too, Woody.
Do something like that, and then this whole hoop folds up into this.
You'll see some things come up in this video about just what makes it, I call it dangerous, but it's just high risk. This is high risk flight, so I want to make sure that I'm doing it right. I'm checking the audio. I was making sure my audio quality is up to par.
Mom, I can ask this guy. What is that parachute for?
It's a ZENO?
On the back? That he's got on his back?
Oh, I didn't see it. They're called a pod.
Bravo. Look. Discord, did you guys get one first? No, Daddy, you're allowed to. Miss Clara, you're doing it.
Stop. I know. Put your shoes on and stop.
Mom, come back.
Guys, come to the table.
It's like a little mini